Hi guys, welcome back to Crystal's Crochet and Stuff. I am Crystal. Today is Monday, the 24th of June. My kids are on the last 4 days of school. So I thought I would film today and hopefully I'll get back to filming in another few days. Thought I'd hop on, show you some finished objects, some acquisitions, and the one WIP I have currently in front of me. I know I have other ones, but that's the only one that's near me, so we'll go with that. So the first object I finished was this little guy right here. This little rainbow butterfly. Whoop. So I have the pattern. I purchased it on Ravelry probably 6 to 8 months ago. Something like that. And I will link the designer and the pattern down below, or the Ravelry link to where you can find it. It was really quick and easy to make. I actually made it inspired. Well, I ran out of yarn after I got to the body. I had like a little bit left. This was from the same yarn that I used, if you saw my last podcast, for the caterpillar. I called it the Pride Day caterpillar. This is the Pride Day or Pride Parade, Pride Week butterfly. So it was made from the same yarn, which is the Red Heart Stripes in Favorite Stripes, I think it's called. And then, I don't know if you see how sparkly the wings are, but this is the red, it's a Red Heart Comfort, but it's the sparkly and it's the purple. It comes in a jumbo roll. I just had some laying around, so I think I made a shawl out of it, so I had a little bit laying around, so I thought I'd use that. So that's that guy. Like I said, I'll link it down below, anything I can remember to link anyway. And then I was watching Darrell from the Dabbling Hook, and she bought this a while ago. So I was like, oh, that looks cool. Maybe I can make a whole bunch of little amigurumis, you know, just for the give. Like, I'm giving away a whole bunch as little prizes in our end of the year thing that we do. It's a neighborhood thing where we put on some games and stuff, and we give them prizes and goodie bags and all that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, this is the book that I got watching her. So I did try to make this guy. I did not use the right colors. So my daughter is insisting that it is not a lion, it is a mouse. So here he is. It kind of looks similar, except yes, the colors are stupid. So I'm going to try to make another one in this color. I was trying to use up scraps, and I was sitting here at my desk, and I was like, okay, I had these colors on my desk, so I was like, I'll just use these. So I whipped the mouse up using the lion pattern from this book. My daughter loves it. She wants it, so I thought I'd film today so that I could just hand it to her and say, here you go, take your mouse. So I did that yesterday. And then from the same book, on the back, I'll show you, there's a little hippo. I did not use the same color, which I probably should have used something similar. And I did not use the tails, not the same. I just made a round tail. I think I would probably go this tail next time. And I forgot to embroider on the little nostrils. But I did it out of the same Red Heart Sparkly. Like I said, it was on my desk when I was doing it. So I just used what I had on my desk. There's the ears. Little teeny tiny little ears, little eyes. I'm actually running out of my eyes. I had to order some, so I'm hoping they come in soon. And then I just did a little, I don't know if you can see it, little nubby for a tail. But anyway, that was my little hippo that I did. And then the last one I did was not from this book. It was actually a pattern that I found, or like a picture I saw on Pinterest. I followed the link, and there was actually a video make-along tutorial, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. So I'll link it down below, so if you want to make one, you can. It's a little hedgehog. The nose is ridiculous because you're supposed to embroider a nose. I tried and it sucked. It looked horrible. So I just crocheted in a circle and then just put it on there and sewed it. It's a little too big. But, I mean, I did it because I was just getting frustrated with trying to follow along, and I can't embroider anything. You can see how ridiculously big the nose is. But anyway, this was kind of cute, kind of fun. Very simple. So I did all those 3 yesterday. And I started the monkey, but my daughter did not she wanted the monkey and she did not like the brown that I chose, so I scrapped it. I haven't started it again. That's it for my finished objects. Well, that's not it, but it is all I can show you. I did a pattern test for Nicole over at Durab Creations. If you are interested to see what it is, it's a bag. She shows you the bag in her last podcast, so I will leave her link down below. The pattern is released on the 1st of July, I believe she said she's going to release it that day. I will come back on that day and I will show you the bag that I made. Hopefully I'll try to make a second one, but I've got a lot of stuff I have to get done this week. If I can get a second one done, I will. It was a beautiful pattern. It is so fast. I went away on the Saturday to my sister-in-law's, and it's normally an hour car ride, so I took it along and I thought, well, I'll get started on it. But we hit traffic and ended up an hour car ride on the way there. It took us a little over 2 hours. So I got a good chunk of it done, and then when we got back in the car to come home, I did it again, and it was not as bad, the traffic, but it still took us about an hour and a half to get home. So I probably worked on it for about 3.5 hours, and when I got home, the bag was pretty much done. I just had to sew up the handle and do that. It was the majority of the bag was finished. So it's about a 3.5, 4 hour bag. You could probably sit, watch TV, and whip up this bag in no time. Very fast, simple, easy. So that's it for my finished objects. So acquisitions. I bought this book from Michaels. It is a crochet Busy Baby Boxes. It's only 2 patterns. I didn't realize that when I bought it. I now realize it now that I'm home. But it does have patterns to make little finger puppets, and then the box, all the things that go on the box. So it is a lot. And then as you see on the front, it's got the finger puppets, and then the box itself is, I'm going to make them because I'm planning on doing daycare starting in October. So I'm hoping to make some kid-friendly things because I don't really have a whole lot of kid-friendly things. So that was one acquisition. Another acquisition that I got was I ordered a bag from Durab Creations. And it's just a small project bag. It's very tiny. It is good. It's just, it's a little tiny. So it's great for smaller projects. I actually carried the yarn, the cotton yarn that I did for making her, pattern testing her bag in this. So it's not that bad. It's a small project bag. That's what it's labeled as, a small project bag, and it is. But as you can see, it's got skulls all over it. So anything with skulls, I'm all over it. I saw it and I was like, oof, that has to be mine. So I bought it, and it came in the mail on Friday. And I have 2 more acquisitions. One is my mom wants a sweater. So I went to Michael's and I was looking for some yarn. She likes blacks, browns, grays. So I saw this yarn, and it was on the clearance. So it was $6, I think, $5.97, something like that. And it is impeccable big. So it's basically a giant ball of impeccable yarn. And it's 557 yards. It's medium 4. The colorway is newsprint varg. So variegated. Newsprint variegated. So I bought 2 of those, which is all they had, which was on the clearance rack. So I'm hoping that's enough to make her a sweater. It should be, but I'm not sure. And then I got a skein. This is still expensive. It's $8. I mean, I guess it's not that expensive considering it's normally $12. But I got 1 skein of Feels Like Butter. Lion Brand. I want to make a little teddy bear, maybe 2 of them, depending on how big the bear is. But I want to make a couple of little stuffies, maybe 2 stuffies out of this, because it's nice and soft, and I'm like, it'll be nice against a kid's skin. So I'm trying to make kid-friendly, baby-friendly stuffies. So that's pretty much all I've got as far as acquisitions. I'm trying to buy no yarn and trying to use all my yarn from in my stash to make all of these things. So what else? Okay, so I only have 1 WIP currently that I can show you because it's right here. I don't really have too much I'm working on. And this is, I'm blaming Debbie. Debbie the Canadian Crocheter. This is your fault. No, I'm just kidding. She made this, I'll link her last podcast so you guys can check it out. She made a heart like pillow with arms, and she called it a hug. So I'm not far into it, but I've got like the bottom of the heart started. So my kids saw it and they were like, oh, we want that. And then, of course, you know, my kids, they think I can do everything, anything. They don't really think I have any limits to anything that I can do, which is kind of cool, but also kind of like high expectations. So they actually want me to do exactly what she did, but put Velcro. So the hands will Velcro to each other, so it'll hug them and they can Velcro it. I don't know if I can do that. I'm not sure how it'll work out, but I'm going to give it a whirl. So that's pretty much everything. I want to remind everybody that I am still hosting a bag / basket create along. Basically, the only rule is, well, there's two. One is it has to be made out of yarn. I don't care how you make it. It could be made any way that you can make it out of yarn, as long as it's made out of yarn. And the second rule is one photo, like one bag per entry. So if you take 5 different pictures and you post 5 different pictures separately, I'm only going to use one of those photos as an entry, because there is going to be 2 winners from the finished objects thread and 1 winner from the chatter thread. I will link it down below so you guys can get in there. We actually have quite a few entries. I'm very excited about that. There's a lot of people entering. And even if you feel like you can't get a bag or basket, or it could be any size, there's no restriction. It just has to be made, just has to be made out of yarn. So if you feel like you can't do it, or it's not something you want to do, but you want to participate, or you can always come over and just chat in the chatter thread. There will be a winner picked in the chatter thread as well. So just come on over and chat, leave a comment. It started May, and it's running till July 15th, 2019. So July 16th, 2019, I will come back on and I will announce the winners. It's going to be a random number generator. So what I'll do is I'll do that, and then I will let everyone know who won. And then I'll show the prizes that day, because I'm still working that out. I'm waiting on a couple things in the mail, so I'm hoping they get here. If they don't, then I'm going to have to wing it and figure something else out. So that's my plan. I will announce the winners that day. It'll be done random number generator, because I have chatted quite a bit in the chat thread. So if one of my numbers, like if my number comes up, I'm obviously not going to win my own giveaway. So I will do it again and again and again until it's not me. Because you'll see in the chatter thread, there's quite a lot of me in there. So I want to make sure that, you know, everyone understands it's going to be fair. I'm going to do it that way. So just get those entries in. You still have a lot of time. We still have there's still 6 days left of this month, and then there is 15 days of the following month to get a bag entry in. And like I said, you can enter as many times as you want, but the rule is that there's only 1 entry per bag, per basket, whatever you choose to do. Yeah, so I will try to remember. My brain's a little today. I will try to remember to link everything I've talked about down below. I don't know if there's a way to buy these online, but I did buy it at Michael's. It's the Vanna's Choice book, and the other one is just the Leisure Arts Crochet. So I will link whatever I've made. That if there's a pattern online that I found, I will link it down below. I will link you to Derob Creations if you want to check her out for her bag that's coming out, and I will link you to Debbie, the Canadian Crocheter, so you can see the finished product of what I am currently working on. And I will link you to Derob Creation Etsy store, so you can check out her bags, because she does have bags on there for sale. I think that's it, guys. Sorry if I sound like I'm rushing. I noticed the time. I have to actually get going. I have to go and do lunch hour at the school. So I wish everybody a wonderful day, and seeing as how it's the beginning of the week, I wish you all a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Okay, bye.